Hello and welcome to my channel Perfect Pastimes. If you're new here, you are more than welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name's Amanda, my friends call me Amo. I live in Dorset in the southwest of England with my husband and my 3 dogs, and you may hear them in the background. That was Willow just jumping onto her seat beside me. She often groans through my videos. And that's Gwynnie and Remy playing in the hall. They've just come in from the garden where they've seen off all the aliens that managed to live in our garden overnight. Anyway, as I said, thank you so much for joining me. I am so grateful that you've come over. I've had a few new subscribers. A couple of channels have mentioned me. Dawn Days, the Woven Almanac, and Dawn's Days and Woven Almanac, that was it. And I know a few of you have come over from her. You're more than welcome. If you like what you're about to see, don't forget down below somewhere here there's the little like button that gets it seen more and gets me out there. And subscribe if you wish, and the bell if you want to know when I next record. I don't think those two are going to finish playing anytime soon, so apologies. I'll cut out any bad bits. Anyway, I will start with what I'm wearing because I finished the Sucre little cardigan, which I made to go over dresses. It is over a dress. It finishes at the waist. It is in Rowan brushed fleece, and it's in the colour rock, I think, or steel. I can't remember. I'll put it along here anyway, and I'll put it in the show notes underneath. It's a very warm, and it's just nice to have another layer over a dress. I wear my summer dresses all year round. I don't have summer dresses. I wear them all year round. I've usually got a long sleeve shirt underneath. It's a cotton jersey dress from White Stuff. I like cotton jersey. It's easy to wear, easy to care. Now, what else have I done? The Sucre. I have been working on a new cast on. Some time ago, I did my Make 9 square. I will put up here, and it included the baler, which is this beautiful cabled sweater in a lovely colour. And I bought the yarn for it, and I was looking at it, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure I got the brain capacity to do all those cables anymore. I used to do an awful lot of cables, but it's a hell of a commitment. And I do really like the sweater, but what I realised I really liked was the colour. Taking that into account, the yarn I bought was that colour. The yarn I bought is Rico Essential Soft Merino in this lovely dusty teal. It is colour 102. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. So I know I like the colour more than the pattern, even though the pattern was gorgeous. I could see me getting frustrated with having to do all those cables. I love cables, but it was a whole garment's worth of solid cables. So a bit much, really. Excuse me, I just had a coughing fit. I was looking around Ravelry and I found a beautiful sweater that I wanted to make by Veronica Lindberg. Could have a kicker. I haven't got a picture here. I'll insert the picture. It's called Salty Days. I have enough yarn for it. It's a oversized throw-on weekend sweater, which I really fancied making. So I cast it on, and Kika does beautiful videos to go with everything. So everything is so simple. Her patterns are extremely well written. They are pages and pages of literally everything you need to know about the sweater. But she also does these videos, and it makes it so wonderful. So I cast it on, and it has virtually been knitting itself. That's how far I've got so far. You cast on the back, you make the back sleeve raglan, you go down to a part of the pattern where the front will join, then you pick up for the front, which comes, the sleeve comes over your shoulder, make the front, make that the same length, join in the round, and it's just wonderful. It's come up nice and squishy. Now I'm making this on 5mm needles, and this Essentials is an Aran, but my gauge swatch was okay with that. It's going to be slightly bigger. I know I'm not a fan of overly huge ones, but it's going to be comfortable, I think. We'll see when I block it. But it's so squishy because of you're using there's a lot of rib on the top, and the yarn is wonderful. So this has been my main focus for the past week or so, and I've just been amazed at how well it has virtually made itself. So that it has been project 1. Another thing I was working on was my daughter's Madeline sweater in the cotton. Well, that's been growing. I've done the back one front and I've started the second front, but boy does that cotton hurt my hands. So I tend to sort of do it with all sorts of other things. It was Valentine's and I did Froggo a sweater in crochet. I didn't buy the pattern. He's still got a little wilted flower in his hand. I hope somebody took him up on his offer. I made up my own little sweater for him, did some stitching embroidery on the bottom of the thing and on the bottom of the sweater, and stuck him a little heart on. And Angelica is just there holding her heart. They've been having conversations, but I don't think there'll be much in it. So now I've got to think of something to make him for March. Perhaps he'll start being a bit more outdoorsy frog. So he can sit there looking at you adoringly. I did manage to piece the 2 little cross stitches I'd made together into little pillows too. That was the tiny one. I just had some trim that I popped on the edge and 2 heart buttons there. And the other one was the Brenda Gervais from her Love Notes pattern, which I finished. I had some red lace, which I sandwiched in between the front and the back. So they've been sitting on my little tray by the front door with Froggo, keeping him company for the past week or so. The other thing I finished this week was a bit stitchy. It was Angelica's spring apron. I did stitch it on the machine. There's some hand embroidery on there, but I just got on the machine. I forgot to cut the piece off for the tie because I didn't have that in the instructions, and I just blindly carried on with it. So I've used a bit of tape for her tie, but that's ready for her. And at the same time, I was thinking about what is she going to hold, and as there's a little clue on here, I decided to make her a little sheep to hold. No pattern, I just made him up. I did it in the round, made a little tube, and then I did the same thing with the face. Quick ears, little fringe, 4 feet, 4 legs. So I'm sorry there's no pattern out there. I just wanted something. I mean, there are loads of patterns out there, I'm sure, but whether they're the right size or not, I don't know. I wanted her to have a little sheep to hold, like the ones on the apron. So Angelica is ready for her wardrobe change next month with her little sheep. He can go in the box with the apron ready. And I think that's everything I've been doing this week, because I've been mostly working on the Salty Days sweater. But I did say in the title, I went to Unravel in Farnham Maltings yesterday with my friends, and I had a absolutely amazing day. I'm counting such days as blessings this year. I have got to be mindful. I slumped very, very badly over Christmas. I missed Chris dreadfully, my son. So I'm being careful to make sure I have wonderful things to do and look forward to, and be with friends and family. And yesterday was one of them. It was wonderful. My purchases, I at the end I will put a very little video of what filming I could take when we were there. It was very crowded, and I'm sure you've all seen walls and walls of yarn, hundreds of them, but I've included a few garments. My intention was to go and buy either a kit or the yarn for a seam garment. You know, some of the makers have rails with garments that they've made, and I wanted to make something that I liked. Now, last time I went to a show, it was the Southern Wool Show in Newbury, and I'd seen the Spectre by Yochi Locatelli, and my friend Tracy bought the yarn for it, and she bought it from Bird Street Yarns. And I was always a bit envious that she'd managed to do that, because I thought it was a beautiful pattern, and it's a lovely fade. Again, I'll insert the picture. But this time, though Bird Street was there and plenty of others, I spotted it made on a stall by the Urban Pearl. There's her card, pretty card. And she'd done it. Tracy's for Bird Street is very white, cream, off-white, pale beige, the fade. I wanted something a bit stronger, and the Urban Pearl had something in dark charcoal going down through the greys and rusts, and it was very nice. So I wanted something slightly different for me, and I bought these 4. Oh, see if I can pick them up. When I make the sweater, I will put the light one between those two. You can see those rich browns and rusts going into the rust and maroon, plum, getting paler. Even this pale one has rusts and speckles of the maroon. You can see the speckles of the maroon there. And that one is a cross between that one is a cross between those two, but I will put it at the end. I think that's the order anyway. But those colours are so lovely and rich, and she has made a beautiful dye lot This is urban hand-dyed yarn in London. Merino, 100% merino. 366 meters and 100 grams. This is called Urbanite. This one is Docklands. This one is Quantum. And the pale one is called Concrete. I've got that the right way up. Yes, I have. Ooh, there we go. So those four are going to be bagged together with the pattern for Hockey Locatelli's Spectre. The next store I purchased a skein of yarn from was Fruitful Frusion. See that there? And it just happened to be a skein. I said I wasn't going to buy random skeins, but this is 50 silk, 50 merino. And it is the most soft, beautiful yarn with pretty speckles in. And I'm going to make a cowl or a singlet shawl with this one because it's so soft, and it'll be lovely to have around the neck. I'm quite short on shawls actually. I make quite a few and give them away, but this one will be for me. It does sort of blend quite well. And the other purchase I made, which I went there with an aim to buy, was from Nellie and Eve in this lovely drawstring project bag. So there's the Nellie and Eve card. She's based in Wales. She uses yarn from sheep fairly local to her, very local to her, and plant dyed yarns. She's also a podcaster. You can find her on YouTube. She had beautiful colours there, but I'd had my heart set on again a pale one. I can't read it without my eyes on, sorry. Single farm blue face Leicester, 4 ply, 100% BFL, 100 gram, 440 meters approximately, and this is in the colour Wild Meadow. Sheep to skein in under 25 miles of my studio in West Wales. So this is Wild Meadow, and she had 3 skeins left, and I just took these 2. Very tempting to take the third. It feels a bit toothy, but it will soften, I'm sure. I think Blue Face Leicester do. And the pattern for that will be the Rachel, which is by Jo of Twin Set and Pearl, and she was on the stall. So I've got the pattern for that. I will insert a picture here. That was released especially for Ravelry. So I'm so pleased to have picked that up. And if you watch the little video at the end, there's a brief wave from them. And last but not least, I bought some pretty little stitch markers from the knitting gift shop. There's a couple of sheep, an owl, and of course another paw. She had quite a few cats, and I complained there was no dogs, but she did have a paw. She's going to rectify not having any dogs. So I think after I've inserted the little video at the end of my visit to Unravelled at Farnham, this video will be plenty long enough for this week, and I'm glad to have shown those to you now while they're still fresh in my mind. I can now bag them up and put them up on the bed in order of what I want to make them, which is always changeable. And I'm going to go and spend the day with the dogs. I got to sort my house plants out today, and I think I'll catch up with some golf later and some more work on my Salty Days sweater. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and if you've been to Unravel, please comment below. And I'm sorry I missed you. I was just enjoying my day so much. Thank you again if you've come over. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you've seen. I'm just grateful you're here with me. I like to comment back to you if you do leave a comment at the moment. Thank you. And I will see you again soon. So stay creative, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.